The bank job. The twin-bladed knife is being held inside Dolores Michaels' bank. You've researched the security system and planned a heist accordingly. Travel to Upper Syria, break into the bank, and steal the knife within.
A lifetime ago, I felt the power of the Void through Dowd. All of us who were close to him could do unnatural things. Move from rooftop to rooftop in the blink of an eye. Fall on our enemies and slit their throats, like shadows sharpened to a fine edge. I made Dunwall bleed for all it had done to me, to the ones I loved. Now the Outsider has given that back, for reasons I don't understand. But it feels good. We killed so many rich bastards who thought nothing of hurting us. It felt like justice. Is the Outsider to blame for what we did? Does corruption come from the Void, or from our own hearts? Witches and charlatans wearing necklaces of fingers and teeth. Cities sliding into chaos. Now the eyeless peddle black magic in the streets while their leaders keep even more dangerous secrets locked away. They've got a relic that turned a boy into a god centuries ago. A knife that might be the only way to destroy that god. The Outsider knows I intend to steal it. Does he know what else I intend to do? You gave me this for luck, my sweet Deirdre. I don't know if it's ever worked that way, but maybe it will, this time. I'm ready to rob the bank.
Something that I just thought of was, how is it that Billy and the other followers of Dowd were able to use those powers? Did the Outsider already mark them back then? The Lonely Rat Boy and Other Tales, Volume 3. He had never learned love, only fear. Love was a phantom, a press of a gentle hand against his cheek that had long since lost its warmth, but his wounds were opened afresh each day. He had nothing but the White Rat, who stayed even when the world had abandoned him. The ones who had hurt him were within his sight. The boy curled his hand into fists, his nails bit into his palms. The Outsider's marks seared his skin as he raised his magic. Rats roiled up from black smoke, writhing and squealing in their conjured frenzy. Hundreds of eyes, dozens of noses, and innumerable rows of teeth. It was as if they had clawed up from the darkness of the boy's own heart. What was now dull erupted into color. What was dull now erupted into color. Blood spilled out, and soon blue and purple viscera, yellow fat, the hard white of their bones, as the vermin bit down into their victims. Screams slipped away to gurgled pleading, then silence. His tormentors were strewn across the dirty cobbles. Two rats fought over a piece of bloody flesh. The boy reached out to stroke one. The creature turned and sank its grinning jaws into his hand. It could be that this boy the book is talking about is either Dowd or the Outsider. It's probably Dowd, though. The Outsider. The fucking Outsider himself. On my ship, like he'd been waiting for me. Now I'm writing this down, with a half a hand, and an eye that will never shut again. I can't touch them without shuddering. It feels like just like the dreams. It feels just like the dreams. What did he see? Everything. If the Abbey's right, he has to know what Dowd and I are planning. Why tear half of me away? The eyeless kill over scraps of magic, and now I can see where the world is cracking like a mirror. I didn't want any of this. Does the Outsider always talk like that? Cryptic little shit. No wonder Dowd hates him. Dowd used to say that everything in Dunwall was tangled together, that nothing was coincidence. Well, it's time for Karnaca too. The eyeless might seem like a bunch of thugs trading bloody bones and foul recipes, but their coin flows from a richer vein. I found two of their leaders, Sean Yun, the Tivian songbird, and Ivan Jacoby, a city administrator. They have the knife that killed the outsider, and they're keeping it hidden away behind lies and locked doors. But now I have their keys, and somewhere in Dolores Michael's bank is a lock that needs turning. I won't let the eyelets stay hidden anymore. I see shadows everywhere. This dead-eye looks, and my right arm twitches and blurs as if it'll start moving on its own. These things aren't a part of me, but I can't escape them. The outsider changed me into something I still don't understand. In Dunwall, Dowd taught me that no one was innocent, and gave me the means to judge them. Does the outsider expect me to look down at him like I can look down at Karnaga and hold his life in this broken hand? Does he want to see me carve up the city to find him? I know he's watching. Well, I'm staring right back. Can't sleep. I don't know what else the outsider did to me, but the dreams changed the day he took my arm and eye away. Maybe he sent those nightmares to start with. I don't know. But now they're all nothing but black ringing with whispers in some language I can't understand. I'll wake up staring at my dead arm, half in this world and half in the void. The sound still echoing between my ears. That's still better than the nights when I can't sleep at all. Every shadow, every twitch of movement, every breath, and this black eye catches it and keeps me awake. I can't shut it down. And this arm lying with every move it makes. These things are a part of me, and are they a part of him? Who would want to see through the outsider's eyes? Probably quite a few people. Deirdre, once again. I kept the rat charm close last night when I tried to sleep, hoping for more than darkness in my dreams. And just for a moment, she was with me in the cold. Deirdre. That same sweet face I always knew. She touched my right hand, and it twitched like it was dying. Like I couldn't control it. I wanted to hide it from her. She didn't need to see what I had become. But her eyes were dark, and she wouldn't look away. Then she reached out and took my other hand, the one that was all flesh, and kissed my fingertips like she used to. I could have cried. It felt so real. She came close and whispered something in my ear. I felt her breath on my neck. Felt her cold palm on my cheek. But I can't remember what she said. It was like trying to hear a voice whispering across the water. An outsider's blood, I'd give anything to know what she said. I'm going to lose everything again. I can feel it. I want to see an episode dedicated to Billy and Deirdre. Where's Dowd? She's done good work. I knew she would. Still, I know she has doubts. I asked her to do something that would terrify most. I don't blame her for questioning me. I won't live to kill the outsider myself. He knows that, and so does she. Her face is lined with fear, guilt, and that eye always staring. I don't know what she'll have to confront the void, but she's prepared. Will the outsider cower, like all the people I killed? Or will he know that he deserves what's coming, just as I do? I don't know what he thinks. He's talking to Billy now, not me. Sometimes I worry that all I did was burden her with my grudges. But now I know she has her own reasons for seeing this through. She won't be doing this if she didn't. I know you're reading this, Billy. I can never keep much hidden from you. You know I've never been a sentimental man. I couldn't be. But you never let go of things that made you feel whole. And that's just another way you're better than I ever was. There's some things we can't say aloud, so I'll write this one. Whatever you do next, I'm proud of you. Remember that. Wow.
She can see it all. The void breaking and spreading through all the cracks. Like seawater sinking in an old ship.
What does that mean? Well, in layman terms, she can see everything. Now, whoever she is, I'm still not quite sure. Is the outsider talking about Billy? The fact that Billy can see everything now through the outsider's eyes? Most likely, but I haven't gotten the confirmation just yet. Hey, Dad.
It's time. Soon you'll have the knife that can end him.
It didn't kill him before. It made him into a god.
Then it can unmake him.
Do we know that for
Void
sure?
dragging me away. I felt it a little more every day since you got me out of that club. I won't be here much longer. Let's go over the plan when you're ready.
The bank is owned and managed by Dolores Michaels. I've cased the place and talked to some people, and there are a few ways inside. Others have tried and failed to rob it before.
They didn't have the focus we do. We're not after coin. How do you plan to get inside?
There are 3 possible ways. The roof, the trash disposal, and the sewers. All of them might work. Once I'm in, I need to find the vault. The knife must be in there.
The security in the bank will be high. What have you learned?
Not much. Guards, clockwork soldiers, and a lot of locked doors that can only be opened remotely. And that's all before I'd reach the vault itself.
There's an intake port on the roof that leads to the bank's ventilation system. If you find enough laudanum, most of the bank's security will be dazed before you even get inside.
There was a pharmacy in the district, but it's been seized by the bank. I'll see what I can find.
I know how resourceful you can be. These keys you found with the eyeless leaders will lead you to whatever holds the knife. You'll also need the bank manager's key. Deal with her how you see fit.
Then I'm ready.
Good.
Do you want me to stay?
No. There's nothing you can do for me here. Go get the knife. Kill the outsider. I trust you to finish this.
I will, Dowd. One way or another.
You've seen more than most. What we did years ago. The witches who tried to take the throne. The eyeless, keeping me in that pit. But I've been to the void, Billy. All the bitterness, hatred, and fear. And the outsider gets to choose who wields his black magic and who cowers in the dark. That's something no one should decide.
Do you really think he's to blame for all of that? For what we all did?
The outsider gave me his mark, knowing what I could do with that kind of power. For years, I carved up Dunwall from the inside until it fell apart. The world doesn't need more men like me. The bank will be difficult, but I know you've walked out of worse. After hours, it should just be night guards, a handful of accountants, and Dolores Michaels herself. When you have the knife, find out where the eyeless make their headquarters. That will bring you one step closer to the outsider's throat. I won't see what the world becomes when the outsider dies. It's strange to see you change like this, but I know you're still my Billy. And I trust you. When you have the knife, you have to find a way to reach the void. I'm sure the eyeless know. When you find the outsider in the void, end him. The world will be better off without that black-eyed bastard giving out his magic to the lucky few. They say cursed spirits wander the void. I've wandered this world long enough. Leave me, Billy. I can't do anything for you. Go. You know the knife is in the bank vault.
That's that then.
If I can unlock the grate, then the path through the trash disposal would be simple.
You could pay the custodian a visit. See if he'll give you the key.
Dolores Michaels, cultist and creditor.
The wealthiest people in Karnaca trust her with their fortunes. If word gets out that someone broke into her vault, she'll be ruined.
There's a security entrance on the roof, but getting up there will be a challenge.
It would be. For your average burglar.
But Billy is anything but average, isn't she?
I heard word of a thief who nearly made it inside through the sewers, but couldn't get past the gate. Only the maintenance workers can open it. I had a street kid knock some bricks out of a tunnel wall down there. If I'm lucky, there'll be someone there to fix it.
The horrifying find of a bloodless body in an alley off Gioconda Street has the Grand Guard on high alert. The victim was Eleodoro Cienfuegos, a respected pharmacist whose family business has been a part of the Upper Syria district community for over 50 years. His body was exsanguinated at another location and dumped in the alley, the same method used in several other recent deaths. The guard has had no comment on the apparent serial murders, leading some residents to question what they're hiding. It's another crown killer, that's what, claims local baker Madera Jimenez. The guard says don't panic, but why wouldn't we? We're all at risk. A reward is offered for information related to Cienfuegos' murder.
The pharmacist was murdered a few weeks ago, it seems.
Not the most pleasant.
I bribed someone to slip me schematics for the vault mechanism. It's some kind of fancy elevator. A Jindosh creation, as always. A control room can move the vault into two places. The basement where they keep the safety deposit boxes, and the manager's office.
Jindosh may have been a genius, but his inventions are more fragile than they look. There's an old sewer under the bank. I wonder what the former grand inventor would think if he knew his precious vault had crashed down into it.
It's interesting how Clockwork Soldiers was still able to be made.
How am I supposed to get to the void?
You've always been good at uncovering secrets. The eyeless have to know a way. Once you have the knife, finding that out will be your next move.
So what's it like? The void, I mean.
It feels
Cold.
as if you've cried for help and no one answered.
So, my life story. Changing bank codes. Got your message, but I can't help you. The bank's security is an insult to hardworking robbers. They use some sort of public announcement system there. You gotta have the right code to get your past checkpoints. Thing is, the codes change with every guard shift. No point in making a list. It'd be useless by the time you got it. You're on your own with this one. Good luck.
The guards use authorization codes over a public announcement system to issue orders, but it changes every shift. There's no way to find them out without going in.
Those codes will be useful to reach the most sensitive parts of the bank. I know you'll be able to find them one way or another.
Yeah. Sure.
I've never seen Dowd so weak. I might never see him again.
Oh, I'm sure you won't. After this is all over, Dowd will never be seen again. Unless Arcane Studios wants to make some kind of prequel. Show us what Dowd did in his early years. Could make for an interesting game. See the first time the Outsider marked him, his first kill, stuff like that. But I just want to go to Tivia already. Maybe we'll do Morley first, then Tivia, and then Pandysia. Tivia seems like it would be a little bit more interesting than Morley. But as I mentioned before, save Pandysia for last.
Well, who knows? If the third Dishonored game is anything as good as these 3 games, then they could probably make Morley interesting. Also, keep in mind that Emily's boyfriend Wyman is from Morley. Wouldn't you like to see him? Make for a decent cameo.
Great, we're already in hostile territory. I didn't sign up for this. Then again, this is exactly what Billy is used to. Okay. Bank custodian's home. Contracts and black market. Sinfuego's pharmacy.
Let's ask the land agent to reinspect the
What would you
riverside
say to
drains.
someone new? That's a jolly good idea.
Where should we go?
There she blows. Hark,
I guess we could give all of them a run.
look sharp, pull up alongside.
Who's to say we can't visit every area before we go to the bank?
Be reported to the Abbey of the Every Nun immediately. This has been brought to you by the Upper Syria District
I can get up there, can't I?
Householders Commission. Our community is our pride.
No.
Oh, don't do this, Desmond.
But I can get up here. Supposedly. Okay, that works too. It was on there. Aimed my displace on this thing, and then got up to this lamppost. Still can't get over there just yet, so I guess we'll go here first. Ah, remember this roof? There used to be a crate in here, which is where I threw that bar owner. You know, the good old days.
You did that yesterday.
Anything in that apartment?
Cable car crashes on the rise in Karnaka. Survivors tell their tales.
Bullshit. There ain't no survivors of that. Get out of here. You're fired. Wow. Hannibal, you've disappeared for days with no word, so guess what? You're dismissed. Return your key and get your toolkit from the maintenance closet. And don't think about asking for another chance. I gave you plenty of chances. I defended you when Old Lady Compost caught you napping in the conference room. And I never said a word about your whiskey breaks or your rat pals in the bank sewers. But that doesn't matter to you, does it? Good luck finding work. Marco. I don't think he means that. Meet me at the cliffs. Eleni, meet me over at Dead Man's Bluff. I saw an old pocket watch there yesterday. Bet it's worth 70 coin. It's dangling in a tricky spot, though. Won't be easy to reach. Help me fetch it, and we can split the coin. It'll feel right nice to have a jingling pocket when I take my bank key to Marco later. Let's see him call me a useless buffoon when I'm rolling in coin. Hannibal.
Concerts canceled.
Clockwork Sentinel's Owner's Manual. Yeah, pretty much everything it said in the first, in Dishonored 2.
The Clockwork Soldiers in this game will be slightly different, but basically the same thing.
Singer Sean Yun quits Karnaka for Tivia. Concerts canceled.
Oh, so he moved back to Divya. Well, you know what? Good for him. I hope he's happy back home. What about this apartment? What about that cabin? Hey, this place got cleaned up. Thank you very much. I love a clean room. Teresia Sinfuego's petition. Defend merchants. Donate to the cause. We, the undersigned, protest the grave injustices wrought by Dolores Michaels and Associates upon reputable establishments such as E. Sinfuego's Pharmacy. These immoral and venal practices must cease, and Michael's Bank must make full restitution for all seized property to the estate of Elitrio Sinfuego's and other abused enterprises. Signatures: Lady Beryl Cottonen, Miss Valeria Limericima, Birelli Silverstone, Dr. Winston Dunhill, and Ms. Flora Brown. Yeah, okay. What are you gonna sign? Billy Lurk? Yep. I'd love to see their reaction to that. Oh my gosh, Billy Lurk was here. Isn't she the wanted murderer? Or assassin? I mean, murder, assassin, they're both basically the same thing.
The only difference is an assassin gets paid for it.
Oops. I was gonna try and put it back on the shelf, dang it. Hi. Oh, Teresa.
By the outsider. The bank sent you, didn't they? Well, sorry to disappoint you, but I've got nothing left. You can't bleed whale oil from a bone. Tell your trustees that.
I'm not from the bank. I saw that your father's pharmacy closed. Do you know where else I can find laudanum?
Yes, the auction house. My father used to distill laudanum by hand from a secret family recipe. Poppy tincture, he called it. Better than factory-made. But the bank's selling that along with all of his other worldly possessions. They took everything we had.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Bastards.
I've read he was murdered. Do you know anything?
His body was completely drained of blood when the Grand Guard found him. I've no idea why anyone would want to hurt Father. Anyway, the auction's today. You better hurry. And wear a hat or something. The guards won't let you in looking like that.
Probably not. Thank you. Bastilian fig! Sounds delicious. You're not coming down with a fever, are you? You're not coming down with anything, for that matter, right? Who ripped the door off this hinges? This guy's got no more door. Rags to riches to rags. Overheard at the Spectre Club, someone quite drunk, bragging loudly. When I first came to Kodaka, I only had 315 coin in my name. And today I opened my own lockbox at the bank. 3 cocktails later, it was revealed that said lockbox is next to some journalists and contains a precious gemstone. Get me that gem. You got it. Quiet as mouse. Meryl Jeanette has an appointment with the director of the bank tonight. She plans to store her most precious belongings there, one of which is an infamous address book. We need you to copy down page 125 without raising suspicion. That means no getting caught and no harming bank personnel. Done. The art connoisseur, an exquisite painting by the Duke of Bell himself, is currently locked up on a delivery boat in Upper Syria. Such a masterpiece deserves to be cherished by someone who can fully appreciate its worth, not bought or sold or traded away for a few lousy bone charms. I'm offering a substantial reward for whoever steals for me. I'm guessing this guy is a fan of Picasso then. Pickpocket's delight. Quick errand for the talented pickpocket. There's an elite guard stationed on Cadmus Abel Plaza here in Upper Syria. He has a note attached to his belt that he's planning to deliver tonight. Do me a favor and steal the note without him or anyone else noticing you. If they catch you, you ain't getting paid. Okay, sounds like these are all things I can do. None of them involves assassinations.
Greetings. I provide only the finest service with absolute discretion.
I'm guessing you're taking over for your dad. Sorry for choking him out. Poppy Tincturn, sleep-inducing opiate from Cienfuegos Pharmacy.
Good. The poppy tincture is mine. I'm sure I can make up the loss at the bank.
do find us again.
Okay. Oh, now I can just... Nope, never mind. Open. What can I do now? Oh, now it's been blocked off. Okay, fine.
Districts like Upper Syria. Some of
I didn't hear anything you said, sorry.
under.
You get to go up here. How lucky for you. Any doors up here? Eh? Eh? Okay, so nobody will find this body. And there's a railing, so there's no way he's gonna make the mistake of falling over to his death.